Greetings. This is SkySaunders seeing what's current. Almost messed that up. Going through a lot of different iterations and changes with my show. It's like I'm losing subscribers, I'm gaining subscribers. It's weird, it's goofy, but anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Flavor Flav. Salute to Son the Sun 90. Make sure you bring at least 1,300 people when you come in here. Don't just come in here by yourself. Make sure you bring in all your buddies. You have at least the average person has over 13,000 friends. That's not a fact. That's not a real statistic. But just keep in mind, have more people so you can make this into a party and make this into a global phenomenon, which I'm worthy of and which I will earn. I will get that spot. Like people say, "Oh, I want to be famous. I want to be famous." What do you want to be famous for? Some people are rich because they're famous, and some people are famous because they're rich, and vice versa. So you have to know what you're talking about. What? Well, Son of the Sun 90, if you deliver me a 90-page abstract detailing and outlining specifically what I need to upgrade the formula about. CougarCom LLC. What up, Skylar? What's going on, Cougar? Salute. But yeah, just send me an abstract, and I'll see if I can apply it. That's all you gotta do, Son of the Sun 90. I appreciate you. Salute. Gotta remind you, my Cash App. $, Skylar Saunders 1. Salute the King. Everybody's coming. We might have a party now. We looking for a party? What, y'all want a party? Y'all don't want a party, do you? Fame equals wealth. The more famous you are, the more brands will want to work with you. That is true. That is the truth. But the opposite is true too. Wealth equals fame. Like Elon Musk, he cannot not be famous, even though that's not what he's not like an entertainer or a sportsman or athlete or anything like that. So I just pinned my Venmo and I have my Cash App in there just in case you guys are feeling froggy, feeling some type of way. Salute to you, King. I see you there, sir. King Hazy. Make sure you get those likes in too. I appreciate it. All right, now we got to get to the story. Flavor Flav, one half of, one like ninth, I think, almost of the of Public Enemy, really. But of he and Chuck D, that duo, if you count them as that, I'm not sure if you really count them as that. Hold on, I gotta answer something. Is Flavor Flav still alcoholic? I don't think so. I don't think so. I didn't see that in my research. I just mainly saw that he wrote an op-ed in Newsweek concerning getting rid of all guns. He wants to get rid of all guns, and it said, "Oh, except for policemen and the military, they got to keep their guns and do their job. But the populace has to lose their guns." Is this rational? Is this something that we should go down? This is a path that we should go down, like many other countries that ban firearms, like England. England, I think, has a ban on firearms for its citizens. The policemen don't even have on guns on the beat. They have weapons, of course, in the police cruisers, but not exactly on their person. But I think I don't know what the laws are in Canada, but I know for the United States is the Second Amendment. You are right to bear arms. If you are mentally sufficient, then you definitely are able to have a gun. I can't have a gun. I have bipolar disorder. I cannot possess a firearm. I mean, it would have to go through a lot of hoops and bounds and, fire and rings of fire and things like that to try to get one. I could probably obtain one, but it'd be a lot of paperwork, a lot of time. It may cost me even more. So it wouldn't make sense for me. I'm not in a dangerous zone in my neighborhood. I live in a very, well put together neighborhood, and I'm just glad about that. Yeah, they got King Hazy's right. They got billy clubs. They got the billy clubs, and I think they have pepper spray, and they have what do they call it? Tasers, stun guns. Cougar says he should tell this to his former bandmate Professor Griff. Professor Griff got into some trouble with some guns, didn't he? Flavor Flav admitted that he got into some trouble. He was on Rikers Island for a little skid bit, I guess. It wasn't that long. But he was on Rikers Island for a little while. He's 66 years old, by the way. He's pretty much up there. He's definitely an OG. Bumba saying, "Can't believe Flav is alive." What is this little crown thing? I haven't seen this before. What does that mean? Top fans. Okay, my top fan right now is Cougar. My second top fan is King Hazy, and my third top fan is Bumbaclot. Okay, that's something new. It's different. He gives gun lessons in Georgia. Okay. Are you talking about Professor Griff? Oh, he didn't get in trouble. He does lessons. Okay, that's good. More power for him. I'm all for guns. I can't own a gun, but I'm not going to deny somebody else to say, "Oh, you shouldn't own a gun." No, if you need a gun, to feel safe, to protect yourself, to grip up, just in case somebody wants to get cute, then that's your business. That's what you should be able to do. But Flavor Flav, it just seems like he's a little uneducated. He's a little delusional. He was saying there were guns since the Civil War. There are guns probably since antiquity. Probably, when gunpowder was first gunpowder. Hello, what kind of powder is it? Gunpowder was found in China. In centuries ago. Maybe even more than that. A millennia ago. Millennia. England is a joke. Why is England a joke, Bumba? But anyway, so I think that you should be able to have a firearm. You should be able to train kids from the time they're 3 years old to the time they're 39 years old, or 99 years old. Everybody should have some kind of weapons training in their lifetime at some point. I did. I went to the Marine Corps, got weapons training, didn't get pistol training because that was like advanced. If you were a policeman, if your job role was as a MP, a military police personnel, or an officer, you would have to get training on the pistol, but they don't teach you pistol firing in boot camp. And not that I know, maybe they changed it, but I doubt that. But officers and people of in police field and staff, NC non-commissioned officers, they are trained in pistol and rifle. So every Marine is a rifleman and a custodian and a janitor. That's the joke. He's a crackhead. What do you guys expect? Well, let's slow down. Flavor Flav is not a crackhead on record, not on my show. He's not a crackhead. King Hazy said, "I did pistol training like 18 months ago." Okay. That's what I'm all for it, please. And 5 more people and we got a party. So come on, bring in the people. And I need those likes up. Smash that like button. Get this algorithm going. I'm trying to get to at least 290 subscribers by the end of the week. I'm gonna see if I can get there. But anyway. So 4 more. All we need is 4 more. And get those likes up. Thank you. 2 likes. Can I get 3? Can I get 4? Can I get 5? 3. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But yeah, so they're like their mind. I know what their mind is. Their mind is in the right place. But their mind is also in the wrong place. A lot of people say their heart is in it, but their mind isn't in it, or their mind is in it, but their heart isn't in it. I say their mind is in it, but not of it. I would say they're in it because they're concerned with the growing number and the frequency of mass shootings in America, and that's a serious issue. But if you ban weapons, it's just like anything else you ban. If people want it, they're gonna get it. It doesn't matter what it's gonna be. Look at alcohol during prohibition. Look at the drug war, quote unquote, war against the inanimate objects. People still do drugs all the time, like it's legal. So that's gonna be the same thing for guns. It's gonna be the same issue. So Flavor Flav is like kind of, I don't know. He's not altogether there on it. I don't think he did his factual investigation. He didn't look at all the different things like that. Pakistan makes their own firearms. I did not realize that, but thank you for that bit of information, Cougar. Appreciate that. Why did you specifically say Pakistan like that? What's America makes its own firearms too, and a lot of other countries make their own firearms too, right? Why Pakistan? But anyway, I think Flavor Flav has, the right idea, but it's kind of like what we say in the Marine Corps: good initiative, bad judgment. He has his sights set on, doing something good, but good catch. I don't even know what I call it, but thank you, King Hazy. But he has his sights set on, being a rational human being and concerned and have some kind of empathy towards people and whatever they're doing in their lives. I mean, it's a very, very touchy situation. It's very, very precarious because, like I said, more and more people will continue to get shot in high schools and lunch counters and theaters and churches and concerts and stuff like that. It's just a fact of reality. Now you curb that with education. You curb that with filling people full of reason and purpose and self-esteem. Those are the cornerstones. Make the school systems privatized. Maybe have some kind of firearms training, and if it's within the private schools sector. I would have loved to learn how to fire a weapon, when I was in school. Mama said don't believe the hype, but that would have probably prevented a lot of these school shootings. Not to say the kids have to be armed, but martial arts training, something like that. Martial arts training in private schools, that would be awesome. To be able to disarm somebody who has a firearm and to subdue them and neutralize the situation, that'd be excellent. That'd be awesome. So Flavor Flav has, the capability. He has the mind of a wise man. He's a wise man. He's an OG. He's an original gangster. He goes back. He's definitely, has some kind of semblance of an idea of what he wants to do. He's not just the regular hype man. He actually has a voice. He has his own songs. Yeah, what was that? Don't believe the hype. 911 is a joke. In a whole list of others. So we have to realize that. I think with he and Chuck D, they're probably one of the cornerstones of hip hop, of course, but just legendary groups like Public Enemy's up there. They rated "Fight the Power" on VH1, I think, a few years ago. Excuse me, as the #1 hip hop song of all time. And I would agree it's in the top 10 for me. Maybe not number 1, but maybe top 10. But it definitely has a powerful message. Has very vivid ideals that are displayed within it. So Flavor Flav isn't like completely off his rocker. He's not just saying, you know, every single person that has a gun shouldn't have a gun. I don't know if that's exactly what he's saying. He may be saying it should be a ban on certain people having guns and not have like people that have criminal records or something like that are violent criminal records. Maybe he's alluding to that. I don't know if he's saying a full complete ban, because that seems a little bit extreme. That seems a little bit too forward. That doesn't seem like he's covering a rational ground. It seems like he's resting on his emotions and his feelings. Because just imagine this country. Just imagine telling these good old boys, these hoodlums on the block, to give up their guns. Just picture that. Just picture that, what that would be like. Telling Jim Bob to give up his shotgun, and telling Tyreek to give up his Tech 9. You know? So I got 3 people in here, 3 likes. I'm not mad. I respect everyone that's in here right now. Thank you for being in here. I do appreciate it. Hold on, I gotta figure out something. So, Flavor Flav is a legend. Legend. There's no question. He's a legend. He's a boss. He's made money on his own, you know, independent of Chuck D and Public Enemy. So, you know, you have to really recognize that fact. Texas smashed. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Texas? The Texas that comes in here? Texas smashed. Are you talking about the flood? What are you talking about, Sun 90? What are you talking about, my friend? Do I have to tell these ratcats I have no friends? He wanted to ban firearms in the USA. Yes. He's talking about the mass shootings in schools and neighborhoods in Chicago, Columbine, and everywhere. Just Virginia Tech, all the different shootings. He's worried about those, but he seems to be a little bit ill-informed. Like, he didn't know when guns were started. Guns were started probably centuries ago, like more than just 2 centuries ago, or almost 2 centuries ago. Maybe let's try like 1,000 years ago, and then the modern gun was around the 18th century. Yeah, exactly. Good luck with that. That's what I said. He can't tell. You can't even tell Sarah. You can't tell Sarah to give up her 9mm. You can't tell her to give up her 9mm. She keeps in her purse. And the 22 she calls it Peggy Sue. She keeps in her shoe. You're not gonna tell her. You're not gonna let her. You're not gonna act like you know what. She like what, and she might even grip up. Like, you gonna get back. You gonna get off of my Second Amendment. Like, it's not the guns. It's not the tool. It's the user. It's always the user. It's never the tool. It's the mind. The mind behind the gun. The mind behind the one that pulls the trigger. That's what it's all about. Once we realize that, once we figure that out, that's when we have a prosperous, safe, and comfortable society completely. Because we will know, hey, whoa, This is only for, certain. I mean, and then you have people that, oh, well, people want to hunt, people want to do this, and that's cute too. But if you want to have it for self-defense, that's even more. And like I said before, if you couple that with martial arts, I mean, there's the Marine Corps martial arts program teaches you how to immobilize an attacker who has a firearm, a pistol, or a rifle. There's specific techniques in order to take down that person and neutralize the situation. The getting loose with the Second Amendment in case the citizens have to thwart invasion. Ooh, wow. But if I had to say anything, I have to say this: I respect DJT, Donald John Trump. I just shortened it to DJT. He will never ban firearms. He's never going to ban firearms. His MAGA crew's got firearms. Everybody that is, that rides with him has firearms. His biggest, opponents, like Dr. Yaron Brook, he has a firearm. He doesn't really want to, but he says, at this point in his life, he needs to be protected. He has a Glock, I think. Yeah, I think he has a Glock. Flavor created broken homes before he cannot give us advice. Oh, therefore, Flavor Flav created broken homes, therefore he cannot give us advice. Extrapolate on that, Son of the Sun 90. Trump strapped too. Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine Trump was, well, he wasn't strapped that day when he got shot in his ear. He didn't clap back. Like he could have. He couldn't have clapped back. He would have to have a pistol. He was a few yards away. But yeah, so beta Flav. Beta Flav. But yeah, guns are a necessity in our society. He got kids. He don't take care of his kids. I didn't look that in my research. I was just looking at his video of interview he had and some of the reports. I didn't read the Newsweek column. I just picked apart different paragraphs. To be honest with you, I did not know about his kids. I think he has a good number of kids. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5. But yeah. But yeah, so I think that's a separate issue, though. I think it's a separate issue. Can the president carry? That's a good question. I have no idea if the president actually can carry a firearm. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. I don't know. You can look that up on in your leisure. I may have to look it up for myself one day. But I don't know. I know he has a Secret Serviceman, so he doesn't have to carry or shouldn't have to carry. I mean, the Secret Service has been kind of a joke since Obama and before then even, but that's another story. But to ban these guns, it's like a ban on drugs. It's like a ban on alcohol. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be a black market. People are going to be shot and killed in the streets. The serial numbers will be sliced off. Will be taken, erased, scratched off, and it'll just be a pool of blood in the cities all across this country, maybe more than there is now. Philly, Baltimore, D.C., Chicago, L.A., Houston, all kinds of places across the country. New Orleans, all these specific areas are going to be, bloodbath zones if guns are banned. Just wake up to that news. Today there were 40,000 people shot to death today. I mean, it would be crazy. It would be. I mean, I'm being using hyperbole, but it wouldn't be far. It could be like 400. It would probably be like somewhere like that. I mean, like 200 to 400 people shot every day in the streets because guns would run rampant. Like drugs run rampant. If you want a drug, you can go to any corner. You can go to any city. You can go to any place and get whatever you want for however much you want. to pay for it. What's his net worth? Who? DJ T? Is that what you talking about? Trump? Is that what you talking about? Some 90? What's his net worth? You gotta look that up. If I'm not incorrect, I think it's like $3 billion. Trump. I think that's he's worth like $3 billion. Oh, Flavor. Oh, I don't know Flavor Flav's. I don't know his exact net worth. It's probably somewhere around 1 million to 2 million, maybe somewhere around there. Maybe even a little bit more. He got paid for his reality show career. And there's a famous line that Cat Williams said about, the crispity, crunchy black man, Flavor Flav. Like, he had to say that line. He was like, oh, I don't want to say that line. But then he looked at Flavor Flav and said, does that bother you? Does it bother you? And he was like, this is paraphrasing, but he was like, no, because they got to pay me, boy. Like, that was pretty wise of him, because he knows the game. He knows entertainment. He knows, his darker hued skin. He knows all that. He's got it. He's got it understood. He's aware of it. All right, so Flavor Flav, definitely a pioneer, a legend. Black Cuddy, salute to you, sir. Make sure you smash that like button. I like it. It's 2 people in here, 4 likes. Not mad. Not mad. Salute to you, Black Cuddy. Are you on break right now? Are you done? You don't have to work on Sundays, or what's the deal? Black Cuddy, I know you deliver packages. Legal packages. Don't get crazy in here. Black Cuddy's an honorable man that I know of. As far as I know. But yeah, so Flavor Flav he's out of bounds. He's not in his realm. He's like half in his realm, because he knows the dangers of dealing with guns, because he went to Rikers Island just for I think it was a skid bit, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, something like that. I don't know how long it was, but that is the reality of his life. That's the reality of his understanding of the gun culture and stuff like that. It's like, this is almost coming out of nowhere. It's like, whoa, okay, they got a song together. Chuck D and he have a song together, detailing the various aspects of the gun trade and the gun laws and stuff like that. More power to him. I understand. Like I said, I get it. I get it. There's families. He sees families crying and putting up teddy bears and candles and cards and stuff around where the kids died and stuff like that, or shot to death. I get it. But you don't ban the tool. You ban the ideas. You ban the culture. You reverse the culture. That's the idea. You reverse everything that's within the culture and gear it towards peace, safety, and rationality. That's the ideas of a gun. Peace, safety, and rationality. Well, maybe I don't know where to put those two. Maybe rationality, peace, and safety, or something like that. Or rationality, safety, and peace. Maybe RSP. Being able to clean your guns. I'm tired of that one story, that same story. He committed suicide. How did he commit suicide? Well, he was cleaning his gun. Well, did he commit suicide, or it was an accident? Was it an accident, or did he commit suicide? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Black Cuddy. Yes, that lasted me. What did it last me? Like 62 episodes, something like that? 66 episodes, something crazy. Thousands of views. I appreciate it. Thank you all. That all fueled my subscription base and my numbers, my views. So I appreciate that, Black Cuddy. Thank you, sir. But wait a minute. Are you off today? Are you off right now? You gonna see. You was right. Thank you. Yes. You leaving? No. I was saying thank you for the views and the shares and the subscriptions. Just thanking all of you during the Diddy case. That was a long that started from I think September 25th till July, what was it, the 3rd? July 2nd, something like that. With family getting ready for dinner. That's beautiful. See? We don't have to pick up any guns to get, the guns don't have to be on the table. You know what I mean? I'm sure Black Cuddy may have a firearm or two under his seat, when he travels. I seen an article saying that Hitler wasn't a bad person, that Jewish people were a part of the military. Wow. Where did you see that article? In Ye's magazine or something like that? That's crazy. He wasn't the ultimate hater, though. If you read Mr. Choice Train's book, Hitler just gets a mention. He just gets honorable mention, if that. That well-dressed thug from the Third Reich. That's what Mr. Choice Train calls him. The West part of the Third Reich, Joseph Mengele. He was one of the top 5 haters of all time, according to Mr. Terrain. I know that's off topic, but it's kind of not really off topic because it's kind of circles back to guns and what happened during Nazis, Nazism. I think guns were banned, or in short supply for the Germans. I believe so. I didn't do any research on this, but now that you brought it up, I have to wonder about that. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna see about that and get back to you because that's interesting. What did the Germans do? Did they have guns when the Third Reich was in power? They say that they spent a narrative on Hitler. He was just trying to ban the gay agenda. Now, who is writing this? Where are your sources, please, sir? I need sources. I need sources. I do need some sources. Please provide a link. That would be even better. That'd be great. I could look at it. I could peruse it. Look over it. Hold on, let me see something. Yes, they had German banks backing without Jews. My question, though, Black Cuddy, is did they have guns? Did they have? I mean, I don't even know if Germans have guns now. I don't know who has what in the world. I only know about England because of Mr. Choice Terrain. He talks about how they had the billy clubs and the bobbies, had the shotguns and the different weapons in the vehicles. Yes, they had the scientists. They were making missiles before. Forget about a gun. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know they're making tanks. They were making Panzers. I remember that. So, Flavor Flav. I mean, just a legend. Just one of the greatest to ever do it. One of the best, people to hold down a boss. Like Chuck D was the boss of unless I could be completely wrong. Somebody correct me. I'm stupid, but I think Chuck D was the boss of Public Enemy. If there was a boss, I don't know if they had structure like that. I don't know if there was a a strata of different people that were head of the collective. But I would say that he definitely held Chuck D down in concerts and stuff like that as his hype man. He's got the famous clock. That clock's gonna be, you know, forever. All of his clocks are gonna be in a museum somewhere someday if they aren't already. You know, but I just love that. Just to think about that. The clock. He's wearing a clock around his neck. What time is it? You know, look what time it is. It's time to wake up. Time to stay woke. You can't even say woke anymore. It had original title, had original connotation saying, be aware, be on point, be know what's going on. So, okay, so we got one person in here. 4 likes. I appreciate it. Nonetheless. It just it's kind of sad to me because he's not stupid. He's pretty brilliant in a lot of ways. He's just misinformed. He's just not, misaligned and kind of delulu about, banning guns in America. That's not going to go well at all in any situation at any time. No way will that be in the cards for Americans to ban guns. Are you kidding me? United States of America? America! F yeah! Like, no. Guns are like bread and butter. They're like apples. They're apple pie. There's guns, apple pie, baseball, and Louis Armstrong. Like, that's America. It's like that's all American made. It's like Ford. It's like a Ford pickup truck. You know what I mean? Like it just connotates America or connotes. Is it connotates or maybe it's connotes? Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm stupid. No, but yeah. So it just. I mean, it's not even about the apple pie and the American made and baseball and all that. It's about protecting oneself. It's about defense. It's about defense. It's about self-defense. That's what it's all about. That's what it all stands on. Self-defense, not perpetrating. The perpetrator is wrong. To initiate force is evil. To answer it back is an imperative. Can't find the video on Ye Idol. Yeah, Ye threw his own life away. He threw his whole. He has a career, I guess. Some people are still listening to his music. It went #1 when he had the Ty Dolla Sign songs or something like that. I didn't listen to him. I'll listen to his old stuff, but I can't listen to his new stuff. But anyway, Flavor Flav just doesn't understand. I think the reality of it. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't comprehend it completely. He doesn't have a full picture of what it means. He lacks the mental fortitude to combat the issues of the day. This is a fact. If you were going to cut off all guns being sold, purchased, and used in time, then that would be just a massacre. That would just be a bloodbath. It would be, like I said, it would be a bloodbath. It would be blood running in the streets all over the place. Hold on 1 second. It would be a shame. It'd be ugly. Yay! They gave Jim Jones millions just to put together a meeting with Yay, some company. Where are you going, son of the sun? I don't know where you're going. Yay! They gave Jim Jones millions just to put together a meeting with Yay, some company. Okay. I don't know what that has to do with this right now. Flavor Flav has, he's using this is I guess this is the reason why people don't like to use anecdotes. They say that's not, it's anecdotal. That's very anecdotal. I need to ask, when is it permissible to use anecdotes in an argument? But he says, it happened to me. I got caught up in gun use, and I went to Rikers. It's like, okay, Rikers is a jail in New York City. So he had to figure it out on his own. But I don't think that would mean to hamper or prevent other people from seeking and obtaining firearms and using them to protect themselves. That's the only reason why you should have a gun, for self-defense. Or of course, hunting and sport, whatever the case may be. If you want to hit clay pigeons and stuff like that. I mean, you should have the permission and not even permission. You should have the right, I guess, to be able to do that. Everyone from 3-year-olds on up. I've seen people in some videos. 3-year-olds are shooting AK-47s in Afghanistan and stuff like that. I was saying he can never be canceled when companies are giving others millions just to put together a sit down with you. Yay. Okay. Gotcha. I don't know what it has to do with this, but I got you, son. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. But yeah. So he's just his aim is off. Get it? Aim, guns. You get it on the way home. But no, it's not a good look for Flavor Flav right now. It's not a good look for him. He has every opportunity to express himself. He can go and make op-eds for Newsweek all he wants, but it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't add up after the ideas have all been, counted. After everything that's already been said. That's the sad truth. That's the sad truth, because he has a feeling. He has emotions. He's going off of emotions, not rationality, not reason. He's going off the feeling that he has. We have to change the culture. It's all about culture. There's a gun culture. There's a criminal culture. That gun and criminal culture mixed together has got to be completely obliterated. The gun culture and the self-defense culture have to be married. They have to be together at all times. So I think that we have to look at the different cases of where these specific actions are going to be taking place. I think that, Flavor Flav, he in his mind of minds, I hate the heart of hearts, in his own mind, Flavor Flav, I think he knows, he's like, you know what, this is not going to be possible. I wouldn't even push for this. That would be like, it would be complete chaos in the streets. There'd be gunfights going on everywhere because people be getting guns on the low. Like, they're still getting guns on the low, but at least it's legalized. At least there's some kind of market where guns are legal. Flav can play the piano really good. I didn't know that. He probably could. I don't know. Wasn't in my research. 5 people in here. All I need is 5 more. We can have a party. 6 likes. I like that. 5 people in here, 6 likes. I'm not mad. Salute to all of you in the chat room. Salute to you. Appreciate it. Flavor Flav is going to be going on a he's probably gonna be going on a publicity tour now. He's got the music, he's got the song out with Chuck D, and they're showing it. He's showing himself to be a worthy participant in the dialogue regarding firearms in this country. Again, I think he's on the losing side. If you were ever in a debate, he'd probably be obliterated. I just don't see that happening. But I have to give him credit again. Like I said, he held down a boss. He held down Chuck D. Chuck D is a legend. He is an icon. He's an iconoclast in a lot of ways. They both are. And all of Public Enemy, Professor Griff, and the, I don't even know what that like. They look like FOI, but I know they're not FOI. But they have the camis on and stuff like that. Max Vision. That's respectful. That's right on, my brother. I say that kidding. Respectfully, you look like Reverend Run today, Sky. Well, I appreciate it. As long as you hit my Cash App or my Venmo, I appreciate it too. And make sure you hit that like button, Max Vision Films, if you haven't hit it already. I appreciate that. I look like Reverend Run. That's funny. He said respect. I love how he says respectfully. Respectfully, you look like Reverend Run today, Sky. Played back from the grave. Well, yeah. I haven't heard from him for a long time. I haven't heard him even before now. Is this his first foray into politics of speaking in various publications and stuff like that, and going on tours for a specific cause since what, the 80s, 90s, early mid 2000s? He was in reality shows during the mid 2000s. So I don't know. Excuse me. The bomb squad. Thank you. Bumba's on his steez. He's on his style. Thank you. The bomb squad. Exactly. So the bomb squad is like the production unit, and like Progressive Griff is part of that, I think, or something like that. And then there's Chuck D and Flavor Flav, and they're like the head of the group. It's very Public Enemy is very layered. It's very layered, just like the sounds. If you listen to the production, you hear sirens wailing, you hear horns, you'll hear gunshots, I think. You'll hear all kinds of it's just crazy. Excuse me, it's just crazy. But yeah, the Bomb Squad, that's true. They produced for Cube, I think, Ice Cube, early, and for his one of his either his initial album or one of his subsequent albums. The Bomb Squad produced it. But back to Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav he's still relevant. Apparently, he's probably a factor. I think he's a factor. If he's getting op-eds in Newsweek magazine, he's probably a factor. He's probably a factor. I would say so. I would imagine. So we definitely have to give credit where credit is due, as the cliche goes. One person in here, 6 people like, I am not mad. Even if I'm talking to 0 people, I still get the rebroadcast. But Flavor Flav, man of integrity, if anything. He knows what he's trying to say, but he's not saying it in the right way. That's the truth. He knows what he means, but he's not meaning what he's saying what he means, but he's not meaning what he says. Or he means what he says, but he doesn't say what he means. That's it. He means what he says, but he's not saying what he means. Like, he's saying complete ban of guns. I mean, that's just insanity. I don't know. I still have to do research. I have to research other countries and what their gun laws are. I just know about England. That's the only one I know. They keep the bobbies on the beat, and they have a stun gun and a shotgun in the boot. I guess maybe it's Canada. It's definitely the boot is the rear the trunk. So back to three people in here. Not mad. So I think Flavor Flav is going to regret saying all of this about the gun ban. He's gonna look at himself and say, maybe I should have went there. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I should have said this, then there." Because you just can't ban guns. You can't ban guns. You can't ban guns. Not in this country, especially not at this time. Left-wing people got guns. Leftists. Not just the hard right, but the strong left. I shouldn't say strong. I should say the imposing left and the established right. Right-wingers and left-wingers. They each have their own way of expressing themselves through gun ownership. If you look at the various ways that people have been mowed down, shot down like dirty dogs in the street, I mean, it's really a shame. Millions, not even thousands, millions of people have been killed by guns in this country. Millions. Millions of people. Sun 90. Drake dropped music and somebody else met their demise Lake Lanier on 4th of July, I believe. Yeah, it was the boat fire. I think that's what it was on Lake Lanier, if I'm not mistaken. Those would have been better topics. Well, when you make your own show, Sun 90, I will watch it, and I'll watch you talk about the demise on Lake Lanier on the 4th of July and when Drake dropped music. So thank you for coming into my show, telling me how to run my show, but still my show. So thank you. I need a manager. So send me the money that I have to pay for a manager. That's all you got to do. I thought this was interesting. Flavor Flav coming back. From what I remember him, that's how I saw him. He was on Flavor of Love. I mean, I'm old. I'm wrong. I'm going back to the days of Flavor of Love, and I'm like, damn. And he comes back. For me, he came back right on the scene from then. If the Clips can come back from 15 years from their last album, I think that's the same thing. Just suggestions. Well, those suggestions come with a price tag, sir. Nothing in this world is free. Everything has to be paid for. You pay for it in sweat. You pay for it in blood. But it has to be paid for. You pay for it in brain power. You pay for it in muscle might. Flavor Flav has been doing things in the media. You just don't know about it. I would agree with you. I just don't know about it. I was looking at stuff, for the past few days. I think he has some legal issues, maybe some tax issues. Allegedly, I'm not sure, but it just seems like he jumped from Flavor of Love to now. To me, that's what it seems like. That's what appears. Son of the Sun 90s getting me real ghetto, real blackish. He said, pay you no, never mind, brother. He knows I hate brother. He's talking about double negatives. But thank you. I appreciate it. 7 likes. 2 people in here. I'm not mad. Son of the Sun 90s, one of them. Appreciate you, sir. What Flavor Flav is doing is, detrimental. I think it's a detriment to hip hop. I think it's a detriment to the culture of America. It's very pressing that he get the right information rather than jumping out the window and just saying, ban all guns. All guns need to be banned. That's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's nonsense. All guns being banned. Some people have never even fired a firearm before. A real lethal weapon that could kill somebody. A tool of death. The power of death in your hand. Never even fired a shot before. I fired big guns. I fired the M16, which is the standard issued. Well, back in 2007 when I was in, it was in it was in 2007 that I fired the M16. Then I fired that's like a standard rifle. You usually see it. The civilian version is an AR-15. That was cute. Son of the Sun 90 said water guns don't count, Sky. That was cute. Then I fired M240 Golf and M249, or is it M2? I think it's M249 Golf and M240. Those are machine guns. They're real big. They go bah, 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 real loud. Bah, 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 bah. You gotta say die, mother effer, die, mother effer, die. Whenever you fire them, that's the time it takes for you to say it and do it. I'm surprised you didn't do a show on 4th of July. Did you cook out? No, I did not. No show on Trump new bill either. Yeah, everybody's doing the new bill. It's so horrific. It's so ugly. It's so disgusting. The huge, ugly, disgusting bill got passed, and it's just very ugly. It's very disturbing. So I didn't want to go there. I just saw Flavor Flav. I was like, what? This seems interesting. Flavor Flav's story. I'll cover that. But again, you can, on your show, Son of the Sun 90, I'll watch it. You want to do a show on 4th of July in August, and you want to do a Trump on the new bill, I'll watch your show every time. I may even donate to you. You never donated me a single red cent. That's all right too. I appreciate your honesty. And that's the thing what I do about Flavor Flav. I think he's just honest. I think he's just trying to be honest, but he's very misguided. He's very misguided. He's completely, he has a no-show for his capacity to think. That's the main driver of all this. Your capacity to reason, to understand. Lean to your own understanding. I hate that term. Lean not to your own understanding. Well, I'm just wondering, people that make skyscrapers and bridges, did they lean to their own understanding? Planes and cars and houses and railroads, and they didn't lean to their own understanding. They left it all to some power beyond reality, the confounds of existence. Son of the Sun says, I'm out. I'll see you next time. I'm gonna like it on the way out. This topic sucks. Like Texas. Wow. It's taking shots at somebody that isn't here. Really classy, buddy. Really classy. Real classy. Salute to everybody that's in the chat room. I had fun doing this. I just want to explore a little bit about Flavor Flav and the gun ban. And I should see you sometime tomorrow, probably around later. Son of Sun 90 says, peace, brother. So I will see you all then. Take care.